Don't put her on a pedestal. One of the biggest mistakes that shy guys make when they want to ask a girl out is they put the girl on a pedestal. So they they make themselves believe that this girl is so much more than what she really is. And that's a big mistake because oftentimes when you do that as a shy guy, you will build this girl up to such a level that you will feel like you can't match up with her. So it makes it that much more difficult for you as a shy guy to ask this girl out. So it's really important that you don't do that. Don't put her on a pedestal. Just look at her as you would any other normal, regular human being, because that's what she is. So that's the first step. And then the next step is to warm yourself up to it. And warming yourself up to it typically involves you taking a step back and asking yourself what it is about yourself that makes you unique, what it is about yourself that makes you this personality that you are. Think about what your friends often tell you about how you are as a person. Think about what your friends tell you, maybe your coworkers tell you. And then think about yourself. Think about what it is about yourself that you've discovered that perhaps other people don't know. It's really important to do this exercise because it'll allow you to see how unique of an individual you are. And what that tends to do is it builds your confidence. Being that you're shy, you don't really have that confidence that a lot of confident guys have when they step up to girls. So you have to warm yourself up to that confidence, build that confidence. And one of the fastest ways to do it is to realize how much of a unique individual you are. Because oftentimes shy guys feel like they don't have a lot to offer a girl. They feel like the girl's life must be so much more exciting than theirs. But that's not necessarily true. You might have a lot more to offer than you realize. So take a look at yourself and what makes you unique as a person and really embrace that, because oftentimes that will help build your confidence. That will help build your confidence, at least for this particular occasion. At least for this particular occasion, it will help build your confidence. And once you've done that, you've warmed yourself up, and now it's time to ask her out. A big mistake a lot of shy guys make is they think, okay, I'm going to talk to her for a while, and hopefully during the course of that conversation, I'm going to slip in the asking her out part. And that's very dangerous because if you go that route, then you could end up talking and talking and talking yourself into oblivion. It literally, you will not know how to steer the conversation to asking her out, or the conversation may move to such a direction that asking her out then at some point during that conversation will just feel so out of place. And again, being that you're not that confident guy who's very good with talking to women, it's really important that you don't put yourself in a corner by trying to talk to her, hoping that you warm her up and hoping that at some point during that conversation you will slip in, hey, right? You slip in that asking her out part. So avoid doing that. In fact, your best bet, being that you're a shy guy, is actually keep the conversation relatively brief. Don't go for that long-winded conversation in the hopes that somewhere in there you can ask her out or that you can warm her up to you. Instead, focus on keeping this interaction really brief. It could simply be you introducing yourself, relating with her in some way as far as how the both of you are connected. Maybe if this is someone you know from work, you can be, oh yeah, we actually work in the same department, but I've never actually talked to you, or something like that. Or someone you know from school, oh, we take this class together, something like that. If you feel the need to say something like that, that's fine. You're relating to her in some way and creating that brief connection with her, and then you ask her out. And then you ask her out. Again, your best bet is to keep this interaction as brief as possible. Being that you're a shy guy, you don't want to fall into the trap of trying to talk to her for an extended period of time in the hopes that you can warm her up to you, and you find yourself talking yourself into oblivion or talking yourself into a corner that you can't stare away from and get back to what you actually want to ask her. So so be sure to keep your conversation with her as brief as you can. And like I said, you can start with an introduction, relate to her so that you can connect with her in some way. After that, if that makes you feel comfortable, and then just ask her out. And make sure that when you step up to her, you're confident. Don't be looking down on the ground, avoiding eye contact in every way possible, shaking, whatever it is. Try to avoid doing that, at least for the period of time while you're trying to ask her out. And then after that, once she's out of eye shot, then you can shake as much as you want. So that's how you go about asking her out as a shy guy, and let things fall where they may.